On a talk show, the host asked my girlfriend, Victoria Vance, "You've been in the industry for so long. Have you found someone special?" Her face flushed red. She glanced at the rising young star beside her and said shyly, "Yes, I've already found the person I like." She and Ethan Thorne exchanged a smile and intertwined their fingers. The post-production team even added a heart effect around them, and in an instant shippers of the two were everywhere. Sitting across from them, I couldn't help but sneer. "I don't recall you having a new show to promote. Are you sure your boyfriend knows about this little publicity stunt?" Chapter 1. The color drained from Victoria Vance's face. The host, caught in the middle, tried to smooth things over. "Mr. Sterling, you have such a great sense of humor." Ethan Thorne puffed out his chest. "It was love at first sight for Victoria and me. This is not a publicity stunt." The other celebrities on the set exchanged knowing glances and chuckled. I was fuming. "Victoria Vance, you've got some nerve." She'd climbed the ladder using my family's resources. She only got on this show because I gave her the green light. And now she was using my resources to boost this pretty boy's career. Did she really think I was a doormat? I stood up abruptly. My agent, Catherine Hayes, rushed over to calm me down. "Sincere, don't be rash. Let's see what else they have to say." I waited in the dressing room for Victoria to give me an explanation. Instead, she stormed in, glaring at me. "Sincere Sterling, what was that all about? Do you have any idea how much you embarrassed me out there? It was a live broadcast. How do you think this makes Thorne look?" I reined in my anger. "You think I'm dead? I'm your boyfriend, Victoria Vance. You're still wearing the clothes I bought you overseas. Couldn't you wait? Don't forget, the Vance family still needs something from me." Victoria's face turned crimson. "Don't keep bringing up that business deal. It's not a big deal. Times have changed. My family isn't as desperate as you think." I let out a derisive laugh. "Is that so? Well, I can't wait to see how Miss Vance manages to survive without me. Let's start with this show. I'm out." My agent, Miss Hayes, told the public I had an urgent personal matter to attend to. She wasn't wrong. Victoria was my personal matter, just not a particularly urgent one. After all, the Vances would be the ones panicking soon enough. By the time I got home, my parents already knew. It was hard to miss, being broadcast live across the internet. Victoria Vance has gone too far. This is a slap in the face to the Sterling family, my mother fumed. "Just tell us what you plan to do," my dad said. "We're breaking up, obviously. I don't want to be entangled with a woman like that anymore." My mother agreed instantly. My father took a deep breath. "Let's see how the Vance family responds first. Our two families still have some business ventures together." Just as he finished, the butler announced, "Mr. and Mrs. Sterling, the Vances are here." The Vance family arrived with Victoria in tow. When she walked in, there was a large handprint on her face, but it wasn't red or swollen. I knew exactly what was going on. Her makeup skills were being used to fool us. Who were they trying to fool? We weren't born yesterday. "Mr. Sterling, I've come today to apologize," Dominic Vance said to my father as soon as he saw him. He grabbed Victoria and barked, "Apologize and admit you were wrong. Now this girl is just thoughtless. We've already disciplined her." But Victoria held her head high. "I did nothing wrong. I love Ethan Thorne." She looked at me. "Sincere Sterling, you're a good man, but I don't love you. You can't force happiness. Why do you insist on clinging to me?" I laughed at her words. "Me, clinging? Are you serious? You think I'm clinging to you? Good, then it's for the best," Victoria said, her face a mask of arrogance. She had no idea her family was on the brink of collapse. My mother's expression soured. The Vances certainly have a unique way of raising their children. "Since you can't force happiness, let's make a clean break as of this moment. Our two families are done since things had come to this. There was no point in maintaining a facade of civility." Dominic Vance shot Victoria a look, feigning anger. "Look what you've done." He then turned back to my father. "Mr. Sterling, let's not let the conflicts of the younger generation affect us, adults." My father waved his hand dismissively. "I don't think that's necessary. Since your daughter looks down on our son, the Sterling family certainly won't force the issue. However, all business cooperation between our families ends here." Chapter 2. Dominic Vance wanted to say more, but Miranda Vance, his wife, cut in. "Why are you wasting your breath on him? At this point, the Vance family doesn't need to kiss up to them when our children first got together. I wanted to say it then. Your family doesn't deserve our Victoria hearing this. Dominic pretended to scold her. Nonsense. Then he smiled at my father. Mr. Sterling, please don't be offended. Women can be so blunt, but speaking of which, our Victoria is quite influential in the entertainment industry now. I heard your eldest son lost over $2 billion on his overseas ventures again, so you're here to kick us while we're down?
My son's company suffered a loss. We didn't go bankrupt. My mother couldn't hold back any longer.
Miranda Vance sneered. $2 billion must have wiped out most of your liquid assets, right? I heard you even had to sell off a lot of antiques through an auction house a few days ago. The owner of that auction house happens to be my bridge partner. My mother's face was dark. I saw my opening and acted decisively. Then let's make it a clean break. By the way, when we were together, we exchanged a lot of gifts. I'll trouble you to return everything that's mine. At this, Victoria's expression became a little unnatural. I sneered inwardly. Was she kidding? As her official boyfriend, I had sent a river of gifts to her home for every birthday and anniversary. A multi-million-dollar pink diamond. Countless luxury brand bags. Victoria's public persona as a rich young lady was built half on my family's money. Now that we were breaking up, I wasn't about to let her walk away with it all for free. I immediately printed out several itemized lists and handed them to her. Victoria was stunned when she saw them. Sincere Sterling, you actually kept a record. Keeping records is a fine family tradition. Besides, these were all gifts to you. Since we've broken up, it wouldn't be appropriate for you to keep your ex-boyfriend's things, would it? Also, you can forget about the other things, but the emerald ring my mother gave you must be returned. That's for the Sterling family's daughter-in-law. You are not, nor will you ever be, worthy of it. You have 3 days. Otherwise, a lawyer's letter will be sent out, and we'll make it public. I wonder if the netizens would be interested. Rich heiress Victoria Vance in a sudden breakup during our relationship, seamlessly moving on to a new man. I wonder if that headline would be enough to bring down the Vance family, and that Ethan Thorne. Victoria panicked instantly. Miranda and Dominic Vance quickly tried to smooth things over. Sincere, my boy, don't say such things. It's normal for young couples to exchange gifts. There's no need to make things so ugly after a breakup, I scoffed. Exchange? Victoria Vance, what did you ever give me? A bouquet of worthless roses you picked from my family's backyard? Or those 1,000 paper cranes you folded? I'll have them returned to you immediately. The housekeeper brought down the jar of paper cranes from my room. Victoria's face went from pale to flushed. This time, even Miranda Vance was speechless. I stood up and pointed to the door. Show yourselves out. As she reached the door, Miranda blustered. You just wait, we'll send it all back tomorrow. What's the big deal? I shook my head and turned to my parents. Let's terminate all business with the Vance family. Not only did we end our current business, but we also pulled out of all previously collaborative projects with them. I went back to my routine, starting work on a new project. Then, I received a frantic call from Catherine. Catherine, what's wrong? Sincere, you know that movie you locked in with Director Cole over dinner? There's a problem. They've recast. You've been demoted from the male lead to the 4th male lead, Chapter 3. What? I was stunned. Director Cole confirmed it with me personally. What changed so suddenly? Who's the new male lead? She hesitated for a few seconds before saying, Ethan Thorne. I couldn't help but laugh. Ethan Thorne? Did I hear that right? Director Cole is actually going to cast a bug-eyed piece of trash who can only stare blankly to play such a complex lead role. He paid for the role. There was nothing we could do. Stellar Entertainment is backing him. I understood. It was Victoria incredible. I make her return my gifts, and she turns around and steals my role. I reassured Catherine, don't worry yet, I'll figure something out. It's too late. They've already made the official announcement. I checked online and saw it. Director Cole had already posted on social media, tagging Ethan Thorne, looking forward to our collaboration. Ethan Thorne immediately replied, Thank you, Director Cole. I won't disappoint Catherine. This movie is an adaptation. I think there might be some issues with the original novel. Let me look into it. And I'm quitting the 4th lead role too. When Director Cole and I had discussed the script, I felt something was off. Since he was willing to demote me, I might as well not be in it at all. Catherine sighed. All right, I'll handle your withdrawal. In reality, quitting or not didn't matter. Director Cole hadn't even bothered to inform me, clearly prioritizing a pretty face over acting talent. It was destined to be a flop. I didn't need to waste my time on it. I immediately called my older brother. Julian Sterling's voice was dripping with sarcasm. What's this? Got dumped by a woman, and now you're calling me to cry about it? They're using your $2 billion loss as a weapon against me. I can't let that slide. The moment Julian heard that, he exploded. What's wrong with $2 billion? I've already earned it all back. These media outlets are masters of taking things out of context. Tell me, what do you need me to do? The Vance family's production company is investing in a film. I need you to look into the script for me. The original novel is suspected of plagiarism. I want to buy the rights from the author who was plagiarized. Julian chuckled. You're asking for my help with such a small matter? Oh, come on, don't pretend. The author is one of your acquaintances. If you ask, you can definitely get it done. I was going to go head-to-head with the Vances. She could promote her bug-eyed pretty boy and invest in a plagiarized story. I would get the original, star in it myself, and crush them. Julian agreed. Fine, Sincere Sterling. But if you mess this up, you'll have me to answer to. Don't worry, I have no intention of losing. Just as Victoria and Ethan Thorne were jointly building hype, announcing their roles in the Thousand Cloud Chronicle, news that I had signed a contract with the original author and bought the rights to her book spread across the internet. The original author publicly dissed the Thousand Cloud Chronicle. Some people will treat even a plagiarized work like a treasure. She also posted side-by-side comparisons, highlighting the copied sections in red, completely demolishing the Thousand Cloud Chronicle. The book's fans were furious and flooded the online forums overnight. How dare Stellar Entertainment make money by selling the rights to a plagiarized book? You've got some nerve. Like author, like actors. One plagiarizes, the others are home wreckers. A match made in shameless heaven. What do you mean? Who did Ethan Thorne steal? Victoria Vance? Big news. Did our girl have a scandal? I haven't heard anything. Have you all forgotten when Victoria was photographed on vacation in the States with someone? That was her real boyfriend. Right. Victoria accepted so many gifts from him, and then suddenly broke up with him. The internet never forgets. Victoria had flaunted her gifts before without blurring any details. Netizens started digging. Victoria was livid. She had just invested in the project, and I pulled a move like this. It was like stabbing her in the heart. She called me. Sincere Sterling, what's the meaning of this? Are you trying to screw me over? Yes. And I'm not just screwing you over. I'm going to make sure you can't climb out of the pit I'm digging for you. Victoria Vance, this is just the appetizer. The main course is yet to come. You just wait. I'm going to ruin you completely. Chapter 4. The fans of the two books were at each other's throats, and my fans started clashing with Victoria's and Ethan's fans as well. The movie hadn't even started filming, but the hype was unprecedented, which inadvertently benefited us. At that moment, Ethan Thorne quietly posted a single word on his social media: 10 years. The accompanying photo was of the two of them in school uniforms. The comment section immediately erupted. Whoa, childhood sweethearts, no wonder they have so much chemistry. So, Ethan and her were always meant to be. I guess a certain old cucumber is feeling pretty salty right now. Victoria is a rich heiress. She studied abroad. It's normal for lots of guys to pursue her and give her gifts. She's rich herself. What's the big deal about some luxury goods? Just a casual observer here, but who is old cucumber? Sincere Sterling, duh, from the back in the hat in those photos. Sincere was in the States at the same time. He even posted about it. He got rejected by our girl, and now he's trying to compete out of spite. What a pathetic man. Our Sincere Sterling is an award-winning powerhouse actor. Your pretty boy just knows how to pout and stare. 3 years in the industry, 18 flops. That pair wins the Worst Actor awards every year without fail. Box office poison. The fan wars were raging. My social media was flooded by their brainless fans, who had decided I was the other man. A single high school photo had turned me into a public enemy. Catherine called me, furious. Sincere, what do we do now? What's the real story with you and Victoria? It's fine, let the buzz continue. I've saved all the evidence, just wait 2 more days. I posted a simple message on my own social media: just remember to return my mother's emerald jewelry. It's a family heirloom for our daughter-in-law. I also attached screenshots of my chat history with Victoria. There were photos of our families having dinner together. There were even photos of her excitedly thanking me from every angle when I sent her our family's new product line as soon as it launched. This wasn't a case of unrequited love on my part. This was a case of Victoria Vance two-timing. While she was dating me, she was photographed shopping with Ethan Thorne. Countless netizens dug up old photos of them together, matching the dates. Victoria was caught. She completely lost it. She tried to call me to coordinate a response, but I had already blocked her. The netizens were having a field day. Victoria had no choice but to admit it on her social media. We did date. We were in love. It just wasn't right. P.S. All gifts have been returned. Thank you for everything. But I still want to work hard and advance my career. She even attached a video. In the clip, I'm saying to her, "You're just a flower vase. Why waste your energy on acting classes? If you have no talent, you should just give up." Victoria's feigned vulnerability immediately earned her fans' sympathy. Our girl is working so hard, constantly taking classes. What right do you have to look down on her? It feels like Sincere Sterling just saw her as a trophy heiress and was trying to manipulate her. Victoria is on the path of an independent woman, but Sincere wanted to keep her locked away at home. Our poor girl, don't cry. Breaking up with him was the right choice. He demanded his gifts back after a breakup. That man is so pathetic. No wonder Sincere Sterling has been with no work. What a joke. I've been in this industry for 8 years and have a huge body of work. My top fan site admin immediately created a highlight reel of my best acting moments and contrasted it with a compilation of Victoria's hysterical, snot-nosed crying scenes. They didn't spare Ethan Thorne either. Chapter 5. That shut their fans right up. They realized their idols couldn't even begin to compare when it came to actual acting talent. So they switched tactics, attacking my age. My fan site admin, ever resourceful, responded by posting high-definition, close-up videos of my face, along with photos of my 8-pack abs. Then she released videos of Ethan Thorne with a face full of acne and greasy skin. I have to say that fan site admin's skills are incredible. I almost wanted to bow down and call her a genius. She's a warrior. All this back and forth didn't hurt me at all. In fact, my popularity soared. Netizens commented that after 8 years, my acting was top tier, I was still handsome, and I was in great shape. Anyone in their right mind would choose me. They wondered what was going through Victoria Vance's head to pick Ethan Thorne instead. Others mused that love is blind, and maybe Ethan Thorne provided better emotional support. If I was really that great, why would Victoria have left me? But regardless, Victoria still had to return the gifts. I brought a team of expert appraisers with me. Victoria's face turned green. She never expected me to be so cautious. She had tried to swap out 4 of the bags with fakes. I just sneered and had her return the authentic ones. The sheer volume of gifts filled an entire wall. "Thanks for returning them," I posted online, along with a photo. The internet went wild again. They dated for 3 years and he gave her that much stuff? My husband and I have been married for 5 years and all I got was a ring. Sincere Sterling is seriously generous. Suddenly I really want to date him. Sincere Sterling, look at me, I'm your long-lost soulmate, innocent college girl, loyal and virtuous, currently accepting applications for Sincere Sterling to be my husband for 3 days. He's my husband. Victoria was furious when she saw the comments. She used a burner account to curse me out. "Sincere Sterling, you think you're so great? Let's see who wins at the box office." She wanted to compete with me on ticket sales? Fine, bring it on. The 1000 Cloud Chronicle began filming. Both she and Ethan Thorne enrolled in acting classes and even hired an acting coach to be on set with them. Their dedication was certainly on display. My project, however, had a much slower start. The original author personally helped me revise the script. We spent 3 months polishing it before we even started filming. I poured all my money, plus the funds from my brother, into the film's production. We went all out on props and special effects and cast only seasoned, talented actors. Not a single vapid celebrity in sight. Well, except for me. I was the biggest celebrity involved. My film, Matriarch, was a female-led story. I, the male lead, was happy to play a supporting role. The movie had a lot of action sequences. The story begins with the male and female leads meeting on the grasslands. Horseback riding, archery, sword fighting. I did it all myself. I even invited my fan site admin to be a special photographer, capturing behind-the-scenes footage for the entire shoot. For 4 months, we did wire work and action scenes. Men and women, the entire cast gave it their all. Finally, we were ready for a holiday season release. The 1000 Cloud Chronicle was scheduled for the same time, competing with me for screenings. Director Cole smugly invited me to dinner. My film was directed by a woman, a talented and professional director who had been sidelined in the industry because of her gender. Director Cole looked down on her. When he saw me, he smiled and clapped me on the shoulder. "Sincere, I told you when we had dinner last time. In any industry, it's a man's world. You hired a female director and let the female lead have all the highlight moments. What kind of movie can you possibly make? Director Cole, are you scared? I gave him a humorless smile and removed his hand. It seems Director Cole is paying close attention to my project. The movie is called Matriarch. What's wrong with a female director? I, Sincere Sterling, have never been one to let status get in the way of a character's potential. Director Cole, this movie will be the biggest failure of your career. You should cut your losses now. Dinner's on me tonight. Goodbye. Chapter 6. I paid the bill and left. Director Cole's face was grim. During his film's promotion, he deliberately tried to put my movie down. I didn't even bother to respond. But the theater's Showtime distribution was something I hadn't expected. A staggering 80% of screenings went to Victoria's film. It seemed Stellar Entertainment had really pulled out all the stops, booking all the primetime slots and leaving me with mostly midnight showings. I just smiled. They probably didn't realize that today's college students are true night owls. I launched a line of official merchandise, giving away a collectible figure with every ticket purchase. As soon as the promotion started, our pre-sale box office numbers skyrocketed. After all, who wouldn't want a well-made collectible figure and other gifts? Not to mention the behind-the-scenes footage we had released earlier, showing my intense training, had already become a hot topic among fans and netizens. Oh my God, this female lead is incredible. Her presence is off the charts. Sincere Sterling's male lead is amazing too. They feel like equals. His fight scenes look so real, like every punch lands. It's been a long time since I've seen such authentic action. Most shows now just use slow motion and spinning shots, but not this one. The action is seamless. I feel like if I were standing in front of him, he could knock me out with one punch. Fun fact, Sincere Sterling started training a full year in advance for this role. Catherine released videos of me studying at a martial arts academy. At the time, I was just doing it to stay in shape, but I never thought it would come in so handy. The academy also posted videos of my training. Sincere is very talented. He excels at everything horseback riding, archery, and martial arts. He's our junior. He works incredibly hard. Sincere won an award in his very first martial arts competition. The academy even posted my competition certificate and got testimonials from fellow competitors, leading my fans to call me an all-rounder or a six-sided warrior. Even though our showtimes were late, every screening was sold out. The theater managers saw the demand and quickly added more showtimes for my film, with 2 major films released during the holidays, starring the 3 people at the center of the controversy. Many people watched both and posted their reviews. Unsurprisingly, The Thousand Cloud Chronicle became another stain on Victoria's filmography. Meanwhile, my movie shot to the top of the trending charts, grossing $3 billion in its first 3 days, with no signs of slowing down. As for Victoria's film, it was getting torn to shreds by netizens. What is this garbage? The same old bug-eyed stare. Can she show some range when she cries? She just bares her teeth, and there's a string of saliva, and her fans have the audacity to call her beautiful. Her only way of showing anger is by shouting. There's no emotional transition at all, and the male lead has dead fish eyes and a blank expression. My fansite admin seized the opportunity and released a clip of my most powerful moment in the film, a confrontation with a female lead where my emotional shift and the intensity in my eyes completely overshadowed anything Ethan Thorne had ever done. The female lead was just as brilliant, her micro-expressions hailed as a masterclass in acting. Even the supporting cast brought their A-game, each contributing a stellar performance to the film. The netizens were genuinely impressed. Sincere Sterling is the real deal. You know, he was right. For someone like Victoria Vance, even taking acting classes is a waste of time. An acting coach was on set the whole time, and she still showed zero improvement. Then someone from the film's crew leaked more details. The acting coach was on set, but Victoria refused to learn. If the coach said more than a few words, she'd throw a fit, and Director Cole couldn't do anything about it on her second day on set. She complained about having too many lines and had them cut, and then the full, unedited video of me scolding Victoria was leaked. Chapter 7. It turned out Victoria had wanted to film a short web drama and asked for my help. I was acting out a scene from her script to show her how it should be done. So that was from a script. I knew that scene felt familiar. I've seen that web drama. The female lead is also named Victoria Vance, and she's also a naive damsel in distress. Fun fact, Stellar Entertainment Taylor made that project for Victoria to make a quick buck. They asked Sincere Sterling to make a cameo, but he refused, so she got Ethan Thorne instead. See, I knew something was fishy between them. I added more fuel to the fire by releasing a complete timeline of my relationship with Victoria. At the same time, netizens revealed that while Victoria and Ethan were classmates, Ethan had a long-term girlfriend. They got together after filming that web drama while they were both still in relationships. It wasn't until the live talk show that I and Ethan's ex-girlfriend were both informed that we'd been fired from our roles. So, a male homewrecker met a female homewrecker. They both dumped their partners and then immediately went public with their relationship. I used to ship them so hard. I thought their love story was so touching. Now I want to go back in time and strangle my past self. Sincere, I owe you an apology, scumbag and slut. A perfect match. Victoria and Ethan's careers imploded with astonishing speed. Director Cole was mocked for bowing to money over talent. Stellar Entertainment lost a fortune. The Vance family's businesses began to fail one after another. With their backs against the wall, they had the audacity to bite back, claiming that the Sterling family was on the verge of bankruptcy and had pushed me back into acting to support the family. My brother, Julian Sterling, who was overseas, couldn't take it anymore. That night, despite the time difference, he went on a tirade on social media. Your family is the one going bankrupt. I'm still a rich kid. I lost $2 billion and you've been harping on it for 3 years. What, you think I can't earn it back? That $2 billion was an investment. It was a loss at the time, but it was a long-term play, and it has since become profitable, and I've recouped everything, little bro. Go build your career. If all else fails, you can just come back and inherit the family business. My dad also tagged my brother on the official company account. A loss is a loss. It's not like our family can't afford it. My mom followed up with a mere $2 billion. She then posted a picture of her closet full of emeralds and a wall made of gold bars. The comment section instantly turned into a massive family reunion. Mom, I'm your long-lost daughter. Do you remember me? Sincere, when are you taking me to meet our mom? Big brother, are you overseas? What a coincidence. So my Sincere, do you remember me? We used to play together all the time when we were kids. You played at your house and I played at mine. My mother's extravagant display of wealth left the Vance family speechless. They never imagined my brother could turn a $2 billion loss into a profit. The news was 3 years old, and they were only hearing the full story now. The assets my mother showed off were just the tip of the iceberg. Our family has been in business since my maternal grandfather's generation, steadily building our wealth. We weren't a family that could be easily shaken. All the previous negative news meant nothing. To drive the point home, my family released our financial reports showing profits more than sufficient for me to come home and take over. Seeing this, Victoria dragged her family over to our house. Dominic and Miranda Vance, a far cry from their arrogant selves, burst into my home, beaming at me. I always knew Sincere was a promising young man, Mrs. Sterling. Look, it was all just childish foolishness before. She knows she was wrong now and wanted to come back and apologize to Sincere. Can you find it in your heart to forgive her, for the sake of our family's long-standing friendship, and let bygones be bygones? If you can forgive and forget, we can continue our business partnership. What do you say? Chapter 8. I've seen shameless people before, but never this shameless. My mother picked up her teacup, took a sip, and set it down again, a faint, mocking smile on her face. You should know, our family doesn't just partner with anyone. Yes, we know. The moment Miranda Vance sat down, my mother cleared her throat, and she immediately shot back up to her feet. My mother said coolly, for instance, we would never partner with a family like yours, social climbers who kick you when you're down. Furthermore, the Sterling family has been in business for generations. Your family is nouveau riche. Where did this talk of a long-standing friendship come from? At that, Miranda's face turned an ugly shade of green. You think you're so special just because your family has a little money. Our Victoria was, with your Sincere for a long time. You owe us for emotional damages. Dominic Vance nodded in agreement. Yes. Why don't we just let the two of them get back together? My mother let out a cold laugh. Get back together? Are you two really unaware of the massive scandals your daughter is hiding? Don't give me that rich heiresses act. We all know how your family got its start, and now you want my Sincere to wear worn-out shoes? In your dreams, my mother was always elegant and refined, and she rarely stooped to arguing with the younger generation. But Victoria's actions had been far from classy. Not to mention her scandalous behavior overseas. Hearing my mother's words, the couple was livid. They tried to argue, but my mother had lost her patience. Butler, show our guests out. The butler physically escorted the couple out. Victoria, who had been waiting outside, turned pale with rage. Sincere Sterling, you just wait, this isn't over. I shrugged. If it's not over, it's not over. I was curious to see what else they could possibly do. After that incident, my mother urged me to settle down soon, worried about what other tricks the Vances might pull. I wasn't concerned. Victoria's public image was ruined, her latest movie was a flop, and she had lost most of her endorsement deals. What more could she do? But I never expected that Victoria and Ethan Thorne would have the gall to spread rumors about me, claiming I used the casting couch, acted like a diva on set, and even hired an army of trolls to attack my family's products. Worse, a group of people came forward claiming that our family's skincare line and the products I endorsed had ruined their skin, and they demanded a response from me. Catherine Hayes came to me again. You don't have to lift a finger this time, we're suing them directly. Catherine showed me a screenshot. Someone had managed to infiltrate the troll group and expose the fact that Victoria had paid them to slander me. I posted the evidence online. When netizens saw the entire chat history of Victoria and Ethan Thorne in the group, directing their top fans to orchestrate my complete downfall, they were furious. How shameless can you be? Your own skills are lacking, so you attack someone else's products. Do you dare show your purchase receipts? You probably bought counterfeits and then claimed the real products were bad. To be fair, skincare is subjective. Just because it works for you doesn't mean it will work for everyone else. I've seen this trick since I was a kid. I'm not a kid anymore. Victoria Vance, instead of screaming on the internet, why don't you go work on your acting? Speaking of which, Victoria's acting when she was crying on social media about the casting couch rumors was 1,000 times better than her acting in the movie Chapter 9. I raised an eyebrow. Why was no one insulting Ethan Thorne? Had they run out of words? At my subtle prompting, Ethan was dragged back into the spotlight. Ethan Thorne has had the worst luck. He got involved with Victoria Vance right at the start of his career, and after one short web drama, it's been one flop after another. He's no saint either. He should just go home and get a real job. With a brain like that, he has no business acting. Victoria never imagined her downfall would be so swift. She tried to take me down, only to be checkmated by one of my fans who had gone undercover in her troll army. She collapsed before I even had to make a move. The company filed a lawsuit on my behalf, and I hired my own legal team as well. I was going to make Victoria pay for every single thing she had done to me over the years, for every lie and every slander. Only then did she become afraid. She tried to find intermediaries to negotiate with me and even cornered me at my front gate. Sincere, I'm begging you, please let me go. I know I was wrong, I was blinded before, but I've been punished now. My endorsements are gone, I have no more opportunities. Please, just spare me. She grabbed my arm, pleading desperately. I looked at her pathetic state and shook my head. Once upon a time I paved the way for you, found you resources. What did you say then? You said you would always be good to me, but the moment you got with that guy, you threw it all away. I know I was wrong, but it was all him. If Ethan Thorne hadn't seduced me, I never would have done it. Sincere, you have to help me. She even pulled down the collar of her shirt. As long as you help me, I'll do anything. I quickly took a step back, putting distance between us. If I helped you, it would be a betrayal of everything I ever did for you. Now, just wait for the lawsuit. Victoria froze. She never thought I would actually go through with it, not just targeting her career, but suing her as well. She broke down completely. Sincere Sterling, you're not human. What's so great about you? You're only where you are because your family has money. What right do you have to do this to me? I couldn't help but laugh. I couldn't believe that even now she could still say something so delusional. What right? The right you gave me when you paid trolls to slander me. The right you gave me when you, a talentless hack, forced other actresses to endure the casting couch. The right you gave me when you shamelessly participated in strip shows overseas with all this dirt on you. It's more than enough to bury you for good. Victoria's face was a mask of despair. She never knew I had so much scandalous material on her. I hadn't released it before simply because the time wasn't right. Now she was pale with fear. I went inside and told security not to let her in. Unable to see me or get inside, Victoria had no choice but to leave. It was only when the entire internet was boycotting her that Victoria realized just how ruthless I could be. It wasn't that I hated her exactly. I just couldn't stand her, and I wanted to teach her a lesson. Her downfall was faster than anyone's. She lost her endorsements and had to pay massive penalties. It was also revealed that her family's products, sold exclusively to her fans, were shoddy and unlicensed. She never imagined that her own family's greed would be the final nail in her coffin. Ethan Thorne didn't fare any better. He was exposed for sleeping with fans, and it was revealed he had solicited prostitutes. After being reported, he was taken away by the police. And me, I won Best Actor for my role in the film. That award was incredibly satisfying. The day after I won, Ethan Thorne was sentenced. I celebrated by posting a string of firecracker emojis on my social media. Netizens found it hilarious, saying I was too active and down to earth for a supposedly aloof celebrity. So what if I'm a celebrity? It's just a job. I'm willing to work hard for it, and I'm willing to share my happy moments with my fans. I'm supposed to maintain an air of mystery, but sometimes I just want to live like a normal person. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? The last time I saw Victoria Vance was 2 years later. She couldn't get any acting roles and had been reduced to playing the third female lead in a low-budget web drama. I happened to be passing by the set and saw her being slapped by the female lead. It was a freezing cold day, and she was knocked into a puddle of water, forced to reshoot the scene over and over. The director was screaming at her, and she couldn't even lift her head. During a break, she saw me. The color drained from her face. To be seen at her most humiliating moment with me watching from the sidelines. She couldn't handle it and looked like she was about to burst into tears. I didn't say a word. I just turned and walked away. Catherine asked me how I felt. I shrugged. It's been 2 years, and she hasn't improved at all. Even a web drama requires some acting skill. She nodded in agreement. It's true. If you don't learn and you don't grow, you'll eventually be left behind.